Hey, my friends, can you believe it is another Friday? And what do we do on Fridays? Besides separate, because that's what champions do, we build wins and we build them together here on Building Wins Live. Good to have you back. I am, as you can see, maybe by the background, doing a true hashtag Road Warrior Randy week this week. I am in a hotel in Jackson, Michigan, as a matter of fact. And there it is, Road Warrior Randy. So, don't mind the background. Hopefully, I don't get any wild dogs or stray cats running behind the window because I am not top floor. I'm ground floor because it's the only room I could get into early. So here we are. And today we're going to have a really fun guest. This is a guy that I've known for a lot of years now with a company, a metal roofing manufacturer, metal exteriors in Shiloh, Ohio. And I've known these people since they started. I knew them before they started at other operations that I dealt with. So Josh Chamberlain's a true champ in the industry. He knows what he's doing. He's a leader. He's a metal and post frame guru. And we're going to have a great conversation. So pop up any questions. Catch us on replay. If you're catching us on replay now, or when not now, obviously, then let us know what you think. Give us some comments. We'd love to hear them. So we're going to be right back in, I don't know, 7 seconds or so. Don't go away. Josh Chamberlain, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Randy?
I'm just sitting here enjoying the day. You?
Yeah, same thing. It's for December, a week out from Christmas. It's 40 some degrees here in Ohio, so pretty
Yeah.
nice.
I'm not a long ways north of you. I just said I'm in Jackson, Michigan. So it's
Gotcha.
39, 40 a little while ago, and I stopped for my 12th cup of Starbucks of the day. And
Okay, nice.
yeah, but I made it all the way from Starbucks, which was like a mile and a half from the hotel, and filled up again at the counter here. So if all of a sudden I leave you and run, just keep talking because.
Okay. All right, we'll cover you. We can cover you. That's
okay.
For sure. Yeah.
So, Josh, I appreciate you being on, my friend. Looking forward to this conversation. So.
Yeah. Thanks.
So, before we get started, we can play the Who in the World is Waldo, right? Who is Josh Chamberlain?
Yeah.
Give us a little background.
Okay. Yeah. So I grown up and lived in north central Ohio. Belleville, Ohio is the little town that I grew up in. Lived here my entire life. So and grew up just not got through high school. All I ever wanted to do is chase girls and play football. Yeah. So that's what I did. Went to one semester at college. And decided I didn't like college. I really liked playing football. I played for Division III Mountain Union, won national title when we were there playing football. It was, kind of a cool experience, but school definitely wasn't my thing. So come home and just started working in the construction industry. My family's been in it for years. I think my dad's pushing about 50 years that he's been in the sales end. Mainly, he's been in like windows and doors, vinyl siding, aluminum soffit, fascias, that stuff. So he's been doing it a long time. So I kind of got into the same company he was with, and shortly after that, my wife and I found out we were having our first kid. So that was a little over 22 years ago. Our oldest, and then we got 3 more after her. So got one that's getting the 22-year-old. She's kind of out of the house right now. She's a barber. Georgia is our 17-year-old. She's a senior, graduating high school here in the spring. Judah, he's our only son. He is a freshman in high school. And then Millie, she's our little one. She's in fifth grade now. So so they keep us busy as far as a lot of things there, just sports and whatnot. And I enjoy coach baseball, travel baseball for my son for many years. And now he's in high school, so I won't have to do that. I can go watch as a dad and not be a coach. But other than that, I mean, as far as career wise, been doing construction stuff, got into doing sales, and I really loved it. And then I moved over to metal exteriors. See, I've been there about 6 years now that I've been, with metal exteriors, and just really love it. My official title is sales manager, but we're a small company. We got 24, I think we're like 24, 25 employees now. And so I kind of help handle a lot of different things. Still go out on the road and do a little bit of outside sales, calling on some of our contractors and whatnot. But yeah, just that's me, and kind of in a nutshell. I mean, yeah, just try to keep myself busy. On the side, I have coached varsity football at the local high school that I went to, Clear Fork here in Belleville, for the last 2 years, and so we just finished up that season back here towards the end of October. So that keeps me busy for about 3 months when I'm helping out coaching football. So
Sure.
yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So construction is in your blood, but sales is really in your blood.
Yeah. So definitely. So yeah, I mean, my dad's been doing it. Yeah, like I said, for probably he's pushing about 50 years in the industry, and I worked with him before I came over to metal exteriors, and I really enjoyed that. So we have a pretty special bond, me and him, and
Nice.
he's always he whipped me into shape when I was a little kid and I was getting out of line, but he also kind of helped me grow into being a sales guy and learning and how the right way, what he was kind of taught and what he learned the right way to do sales. And so it's kind of a cool thing. And he's getting ready, it never gets out of your blood. I'm sure you know that. But he's thinking maybe another couple more years he's going to retire and spend a little more time golfing and deer hunting. That's for sure.
There you go. There you go. Hey, Barry Brocksterman, just wanted to shout out to a great buddy and a pal. Thanks for being here again, as always, my friend. So let's talk about sales, because that, as you know, that's my thing. We talk about a lot of different things on this show, but and when Wes and I put together the name of the show, when we decided, we bounced a lot of things off each other, and building wins really stuck with me, because I just believe, whether it's in sales and business in general, in any kind of relationship, right? It's all about building wins together, right? The old concept of nothing's really going to last and be good if it's not a multiple win, right? It's got to be a win for everybody involved. I assume that fits your mantra. I know it does, but I'm going to ask it that way. It fits your mantra of how you do business and how you guys do business at Metal Exteriors, right? I mean, you build wins with your customers.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you're building. To build wins, you got to build relationships. It's all about just kind of creating an environment where people feel relaxed around you. They are feel like you're easy to talk to, and they know you're being honest and truthful with them. They're if you're those things, if you can be honest, truthful, upfront with guys, even if if you bid something wrong and you're upfront and you hold to what you say, I think you can go a long way in any sales profession. I want to ever claim that, hey, I'm this great sales guru that that's been out there, but hey, I just try to treat people like they want to be treated, or like how I'd want to be treated. And hopefully that's good enough. And I try. My faith has a lot to do with who I am, and so I'm going to be honest with people and try to hopefully get the same thing in response from them.
There you go. So you with Metal Exteriors, tell us a little bit about what you guys do there, because you're obviously post frame building suppliers, your metal roofing suppliers. Give us a little idea how long you've been there. You're in Shiloh, Ohio, for folks that don't know. That's I'm going to say basically southwest of Cleveland and almost directly north of Mansfield. Would that be right?
Yeah,
Ohio?
yep, yeah. So, yeah, we're kind of almost dead. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you had it dead on where, as far as where we're located. The one thing for us is there, we have plenty of competition around. I know you had Walter Green on a few weeks ago.
Hmm.
Their shop over there is not far from where we're at. And there's many others around us as far as roll formers and post frame suppliers. But so it started. Yeah, Carl Zimmerman is our owner, and him and his brother James started the company up. It's been about 9 years ago that they started. I was actually selling them aluminum and vinyl siding and some stuff, and then that's when I came on board. And and as far as as far as the post frame industry, metal. I mean, we try to be creative in the things that we're doing. We created a couple different panels as far as roll form panels with our metal batten profile, our elite rib panel, which is like a screw down 3 foot wide panel. But we try to kind of have just a difference. It's hard to separate yourselves when there's so you sell to a lot of them, Randy, yourself. There's so many roll formers out there, so many people in the metal roofing industry, the post frame industry. How do you set yourself apart from each and every one of those? You got to have something a little different. So we just try to look for those little niches, maybe, and we found that in some things, and you continue to kind of build off of that, and we'll see what comes down the road for us here. As we got big plans. I won't reveal what all we're going to do. I know my competition listens in on your show too. So, but we got big plans, and we have some vision, and we're working towards maybe growing a little bit more in the near future. So.
Great. Well, I can say that you guys have been very innovative, and that's something I really love because everybody in our industry rolls the standard 9-inch 3/4 classic rib panel, right? May or may not
Yeah,
roll an R panel depending on their market. Some
yeah,
vision there of some standing seam, but you guys were one of the first to get involved with your elite panel. You call it elite panel, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, yep. That's
And
correct. Yep.
and we'll talk about that in a second. And you're one of the first out there to be involved with the textured or crinkle finish or whatever term you
Yeah,
want to use. Uh, and then also, I guess a three-way here to maybe talk about is you're doing a lot with the board and batten. And again, one of the first
yeah,
people out there to roll form a board and batten product. So you haven't just sat back. And when you said earlier, it struck me of just I'll just be another roll former, and I'll just
hmm,
roll panel and I'll price it competitive and we'll try to take care of customers. You do that all the time, but
right.
I love the innovation and saying, look, what else can we do? What else can we bring to the market? So let's, if you don't mind, uh, there's the elite panel. Tell us a little bit about the elite panel, how that differs from the standard 9-inch 3/4 ag panel, and where did that idea come from? Because I don't know if you were the first in the country, but boy, you're sure one of the first in my 10, 12 states that
Yeah,
I deal with.
yeah. I honestly don't know either if we were the first, but so I know. So as I came on board, like I said, about 6 years ago, Carl, our owner Zimmerman, he had already started some development of the elite rib panel. It wasn't even named back then. It was just some designs on paper that we had drawn. He had drawn up, and we're looking at it, and um, so we get this thing to our roll form manufacturer, and they're like, yeah, we can build it. I mean, and so Elite Rib is it lays 3 foot 36 inches, just like your standard ag panel that most guys are doing. It has a 12-inch on center rib, so basically we take out one of the ribs from your standard ag panel, and what we do is we pretty much push Elite Rib as a textured panel. You can roll form it in smooth, in the smooth paint system. We use Sherwin Williams, which has, been a great paint system for us. But as far as like textured, we've just found like it's just a cool system. All of our roofers, our contractors, as we talk to them, they love it because they can walk on it. It's not quite as slippery. They can, and it really takes the glare out of a shiny roof. That's one of maybe the drawbacks that you hear a lot as you're out there selling, to customers, or you talk to homeowners at trade, at a different trade shows or whatnot. Is, well, metals, it's kind of looks like a barn panel, or it's real shiny. Well, we feel like we kind of hit both of those because we're offering it in the textured, and it doesn't really look like a barn panel, but you can still keep that price level down because it still is a screw-on panel. We sell a lot of the lifetime screws. That's been a big, huge thing, is be able to kind of push that. And it's been great on that end for us, and we've grown it. We've had quite a bit of success, and so we'll see where it takes us next. But
So that panel, just for I'm sure probably most people that watch this would know, but that panel gives you a standing seam look from the curb appeal, right?
That's a great thing. We get a ton of comments. People are like, oh, I want the stuff that looks like standing seam, but it's cheaper. It's screwed out. And that's what it does. It kind of gives people that look. Again, it doesn't have that traditional ag panel look up on a roof, and that's where a lot of people there, when you talk to them, they're just like, I don't want a barn panel up there. And so this gives them that kind of just that different variety to work with.
And especially, I'm assuming that's especially popular, Josh, on residential, right? More so than even post frame.
That's pretty much how we sell it. I really try to talk contractors into using it. There's a little bit of extra cost involved over your regular ag panel, but if on the average job, you're really looking, $400 or $500, and sometimes that is a deal breaker, but a lot of times it's not, especially if a contractor or even a wholesale account, or they look at it, or we get some retail business comes in our office, they look at it and they're like, hey, I want that. It's something different. It's not, not something that everybody has. And then the textured colors, I think we're up to, we just added a couple more. We're up to like 18 textured colors now.
Wow.
It used to be you could get 4 or 5 when I first started 6 years ago. So that really adds to it as well.
Exactly. Hey, my friend Josh Nowlin just asked, are you guys going to? I don't think you're not going to have a booth at NFBA, are you? You'll be there to.
No, we won't have a booth down there. So we just haven't. I guess we haven't quite got that to that portion yet where we're gonna kind of go huge national level. We do a lot. We've been doing more and more on a national level of sending our products across the states, but. We're not going to be there. So thanks for the question there, Josh.
Sure. Well, one of the panels we was talking off camera pre-show was that you're doing more with in a multi-state area is the your board and batten panel, which is another panel that's becoming pretty popular out there now in the industry. And again, kudos to you guys because again, you were one of the first to get involved with that. So tell me about that panel a little bit. How did that come about? Why did it come about? Tell us what you're doing there.
That was really kind of a cool thing. So I came from the vinyl siding when I started from the vinyl siding industry. Metal or vinyl board and batten was getting really popular when I was leaving. I was selling a lot of it there, and so as I came over, we had a couple other different brands that we could just purchase it through and then just resell it, and but we got thinking, we were able to kind of develop this metal batten, and over the course of basically the last 3 years, we've really it's just kind of grown. We started out, we're actually bending this stuff up on our trim brake and making it, and it was okay, but you're kind of limited, and it took a ton of time to be able to to do all that stuff. So we got the metal batten roll forming machine. It's an in-house machine that we can we just can get jobs out to the shop, and the guys can produce stuff fairly quickly. And again, we push that in our textured colors. It's with those 18 some textured colors, it's really cool to there's all kinds of different stuff. We just added two wood grain prints that are available now to customers. So which are some neat colors that we're still kind of, I haven't even gotten a bunch of samples of that stuff out there yet. The wood grain prints, they're so new, so we're still getting that out there. But as far as the panel goes, it's a 3/4 inch batten height, depth on it. Covers it's a 10-inch coverage for the panel, and we can custom make it anywhere from 3 foot up to a little over 20 foot in length is what we feel comfortable, rolling it out. And it's kind of been crazy. So we got into it, and there was only a couple other people manufacturing it. And so, and the way that this board and batten's been going around the country, it's huge. So, we've sold jobs. I counted here. We just had our Christmas party, and I counted up, and we've sold jobs in 20 different states over the last couple years of metal batten. Farthest one has been Southern California. We shipped a job all the way out to Southern California. Got a really cool job up in Maine on a new home build that a lady contacted us, and we ended up working with her builder and stuff and shipped it up to Maine. It was really, really kind of a cool thing. But we got stuff in Texas,
nice,
all over the Midwest. We've done, Iowa and a lot of different states. We've probably actually sold more of the metal batten out of the state of Ohio than what we've sold in the state of Ohio.
Really,
just kind of the way it's happened for us. But it's been really cool, and most of that stuff has come through. Like, I think people just Googling metal batten, and there's not a lot of suppliers out there, and we're starting to see more. As board and batten's grown in popularity, that we're seeing more competition out there and different guys. But it's been nice to just kind of see that growth.
Exactly. Well, speaking of Texas, Josh Nolan's got a question up there. He was on.
Yeah, see it there.
A week ago, 2 weeks ago, it was last week, I think. He's with Suburban Buildings down in San Antonio, suburban San Antonio, and also a board member of the NFBA.
Okay.
And he's asking, is the board and batten a Kynar finish?
Yeah, no, all of our paint finish is Sherwin-Williams, so S&P stuff. So like I said, we do 95%, probably actually more like 98% is in the textured paint finish too. We've done some smooth paint in the metal batten, but yeah, it's pretty much textured for the most part.
Now you're doing a wood grain. Are you buying the wood grain? Are you buying that color specific? You're not rolling that wood grain out yourself in house, or are you? Are you applying the wood grain to the panel, or are you buying it already?
It's a pre-painted material that we're getting. Yeah. I believe it's coming out of Chicago is where that paint line is that does that. They get into a lot of specialty paints and different things, and so we found a few different things, and we got right now we have what's called a rosewood, kind of like your traditional brown, colored gray, wood grain, and then we have a weathered wood that we've added in. So
is it a weathered or a wood grain look, or is it an embossed panel of wood grain?
It's a wood grain. It's a wood grain look. So So we dabbled a little bit with embossed stuff. I probably still got a little bit of just like a bright white embossed. We probably got a little bit of coil there. So, but we've decided to kind of go a different direction. After running some panels and stuff with that embossed, we just our metal exteriors is about giving people high quality material, and what we found out is it wasn't going to work for what the panel we want to send across the country or to our neighbor right next door or whatever. the embossed stuff wasn't producing the panel we wanted. So
Okay.
we stuck with the textured paint, and then these wood grain paint systems, and they all carry the same 40-year warranty
Sure.
that most of industry has.
Well, another beautiful thing, and I remember when I was out in your plant, and the owner, Carl Zimmerman, was showing me the roll forming equipment early on. One of the beautiful things, right, with what you're doing uh, is cut to length again, right? Like people are
Yeah,
used to, where
yeah.
a lot of the panels that were originally available out there were standard 8 foot or 10 foot or whatever, and you had to buy and feel cut. You can literally buy this to the how do you go, the quarter inch, half inch? How
Yeah,
precise are you?
we'll go down to like the quarter inch. Yeah, and that was one thing that I brought from the vinyl siding industry. So vinyl siding, you could pretty much get a 10-foot long panel, and you could get either 7 or 8 inches depending on the vinyl siding manufacturer, and that was it. So you either had a bunch of scrap, or you had to have some weird splices because you could only cover 10 foot on a sidewall. And so we can do the minimum panel we can run through our machine is 3 foot, just the way dies and stuff are set up on it. And the longest we kind of like to run is right around 20 foot. I think we've ran some up to 24, 25 foot, like a couple panels for in a gable end. But we try to steer away from that. If you can create some sort of transitional area, it ends up looking the best, and you get the best panel out there.
Right,
So
right. Yeah. Now you don't put any minor ribs or striations or anything in that panel, being it's only like 10 inches wide, right?
right, yeah, no, I know I've seen some out there. There's some guys are starting to there's more and more of these metal batten roll formers come, guys kind of trying to get into it, and I've seen some with striations, and it just doesn't look right because it's a siding panel. You can
Right.
put striations up on a roof, and it's going to be okay, but on the side of a house or your barn, or shoot, we got people, you can use it on the inside, use it down in your man cave or however. I mean, there's all kinds of opportunity to use these panels, and yeah,
I need a
we
man
have
cave,
no
Josh.
striations.
I need a man
I,
cave.
you do? I need one too.
I need
So
a man cave.
maybe, yeah, maybe when I get all the kids out of the house, my wife will let me put one up. But yeah,
Yeah, I asked for one once and I was told no, so I haven't been
yeah,
too afraid to go back again.
yeah.
Um,
Okay.
but hey, Kirsten, thank you for being on. Kirsten Brunridge, she's always a great fan of the show. She's a trader with LBM Advantage, and great
Okay.
buying group in the industry. So thank you again,
Yeah.
as always, my
Yeah.
friend. Her and I also go way back. She might have served me my first illegal beer when I was maybe not quite old enough to drink at a bar.
Yeah.
And she's going to say that's not accurate because I'm older than her, so that would have been impossible. But I'm just doing it to bust her chops. But anyway, Kirsten, thank you, my friend. So let's jump ahead to sales leadership. Uh,
hmm
Obviously, as a position of sales manager, you've got a responsibility to sell and to lead
Yeah.
other guys in the world of sales. You've coached, you do coach. How does that all play into, and what's your let's get the Josh Chamberlain philosophy on how to lead guys in the world of sales.
Yeah. Well,
I got to make
I
notes.
don't
I got
know.
my pad. I'm going to make
You
notes.
got notes and pad. Oh boy.
Yeah,
So
I'm ready.
no, I mean, I think for me, it's it goes back to just kind of how I was raised and stuff, and and follows along the line of my faith in God, and how I want to serve Him in everything that I do. And so when I try to lead the guys at my office, or on the football field when I'm coaching young high school guys, or even my family, I just I want them to know, one, like, hey, I love you, like, I mean, sometimes that may be a weird thing for a guy to say to another guy at work or whatever, but like, I want guys to know, like, hey, I love you, I care about you, I care about not just like the business and that metal exteriors is making money, but like, I care about you, I care about your family, I care about your kids, I care about those kids on the football field. I have to love them just as much as, I love, some of my kids at times, it's just,
Right.
that's the way, I guess that's just kind of how I was raised is, love your neighbor, and that's loving everybody around you that you come in contact with. And so I kind of carry that into, just, hey, I'm going to care about you, love you. And then, I just try to lead by example. And, hey, this is who I am. I try to, be a person of integrity. Hey, I'm going to do what I say, and then as far as just sales, like, and with my guys, I got right now we just hired another guy that's going to start after the first of the year. So we're going to have 4, 5, 6. Let's see, yeah, I'm going to have 6 guys basically doing sales at our office on the inside. Well, one of them guys is going to be out on the road. And so, like, I just want them to kind of do the same thing, like care about people, treat them the way that they should be treated, the way they'd want to be treated. And then, we got a bunch of shop guys, and, I want them to know, like, hey, I'm willing to get dirty with them as much as, I can, have that kind of that servant's heart to, hey, I'm willing to get dirty and work with you and do what I can. And, hopefully it pays off. I don't know if that's a great explanation or what you're looking for, but yeah, that's kind of what I work for and strive for, I guess.
Well, it's a great explanation because, and I was thinking about, and again, knowing your operations as well as I do, uh, I know, like, even your guys out back, because there's a belief that I've always had, and it's not just my belief, but a belief I think you need to buy into if you're going to be in business in general, is everybody may not have the title of sales manager, sales rep, salesperson, but everybody in the business is in sales, right? Everybody's in
Right.
sales. Truck driver, the janitor, the guy stocking the shelves, the guy roll forming metal. And you guys, and this comes from a leadership standpoint of the way Carl, who I've known for years,
Mm-hmm.
and yourself, that comes from a leadership standpoint, because when you come into metal exteriors and wander around out in the shop, everybody's friendly. Whether they're
Yeah.
running the mill, whether they're bending trim, they'll tell you what they're doing. They'll show you something. Here, can I help you find something? And I think that's key, because so many people, and I was just talking to somebody else about this earlier today, is one of the biggest things in the world of sales, but in business in general, that I hate is this. Well, it's not my job.
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah.
Actually, do you work here? Do you collect a paycheck here? Then everything is your job, right? It's your job to find out. It's your job to help. It's your job to to communicate with that customer, right? And
Yeah.
that's something that you guys do very well. So obviously that gets led from the top, you and Carl and everybody. So
Right. Yep. Yeah. I kind of go back to, I mean, even when I was playing, like, high school football, and I played when I played in college, team, the kind of the acronym, together everyone achieves more,
right,
and, like, if you can't, if we can't be together as a team, I can use, if the offensive line doesn't block, the running back can't really go anywhere. The
right.
quarterback can't pass. If the quarterback can't pass, the receivers can't do their job. So everybody has to kind of look at it and see, like, hey, we're all in this together. I mean, like, I can go out and produce, $2-3 million in sales, but if we can't produce that stuff in the shop and make it quality and give them the service that they need with our delivery drivers and all that stuff, then it doesn't really matter if I can, sell $3 million. I mean,
Right.
$3 million is kind of worthless if you can't, perform on the, on the other levels within your company. And, I mean, every company, I think that, they go through their struggles. They're trying to, trying to get there. We do too, but, like, we got a bunch of great dudes. I mean, I'm super proud and excited to get into 2022, because, I mean, we're hiring some new guys, and, we try to get the best guys that we can find. It's tough right now. There's people looking for work, but it's still tough to find the right guys that fit into what you're doing. And I think we're getting there, and we'll see what happens here over the next year or two for sure for us.
Perfect. Perfect. So speaking of that, before we maybe finish up our conversation today on 2022 and beyond, the last couple of years as an industry, as a country, as the world, right? It's been something that we never experienced, never thought we'd experience.
Yeah.
Didn't know what was even going on for a while, right?
Right.
Now you're in a little different scenario probably than some because
Yeah.
as we've taught before, you're in small town America,
Yeah.
a very Mennonite based community, right?
Right. Correct.
So
Yeah.
it probably didn't affect you guys, I'm guessing, as much as maybe some of the rest of us. But uh, what effect, if any, did the last couple of years have on you as a business, you personally, how you do business, how you look towards, what have you learned from it? What can we take from it? That's a pretty wide
Yeah.
open question, but
Yeah, yeah. No, actually, it's kind of, so yeah, in the end of February, beginning of March of 2020, my wife and I actually were celebrating our 20th anniversary. And so we never got a honeymoon. And so we were in Costa Rica. And, so as we're in Costa Rica, a lot of this stuff we're not going to be able to get back in the country and all this. And so we got back safe and fine. We had a great anniversary, but it was like, I think like a week and a half later is kind of when, the country shut down per se, but as far as metal exteriors went in that, I mean, we kept to the norm for the most part. I mean, we did our best to, we try to respect everybody, and their health, and we care about people. But as far, we weren't, we didn't say everybody's going to wear a mask. If you wanted to wear a mask, we're fine with that. That's just kind of how, how we were going to operate. We decided, and we've had some stuff. I just got over COVID. Actually, I missed our playoff game in football and missed a week of work here. I just got over it here towards the end of October. But for the most part, our office has been healthy. Our guys have been smart about it. Hey, if they weren't feeling good or whatnot, they would stay. They'd stay home. And but as far as the business, we kept after it. The one thing different, like for me, I wasn't getting on the road and burning a lot of tread on the tires. It was more we're on the phone and amazingly enough, and most guys know this in the industry, like the last 2 years have been like phenomenal years in the construction industry.
right.
I mean, pricing's been crazy, with, first it started out with lumber on that end just skyrocketing, then it comes down, but then steel's gone up like crazy. Now steel's kind of leveled off and maybe even came back a little bit as far as pricing, but now lumber's starting to go back up again. So it's one of those, but we just stayed with it. I mean, we've been busy throughout. Thankful, God's always provided for me and for Metal Exteriors. He keeps us busy and rolling, and we'll just see what this next year brings with everything that's gone on. I mean, it's crazy times that we live in right now, and I think hopefully we can all just kind of be work with each other as far as all around the country. Like we all have different beliefs, different views, and like I said before, God's word talks about loving your neighbor, and I think if the world did a lot more of that, and instead of worrying about this guy hurt me and all that stuff, I think we could get a lot farther along.
Yeah. Good advice. Good advice. So what do you see? What's your guys telling your contractors? Are they booking out quite a ways? 2022, which is literally right around the corner, darn
Yeah.
near next week almost.
Yeah.
What's it look like for 2022? A week
Yeah,
from
so
today is Christmas Eve, by the way. You probably knew
right,
that. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I think I got so we got 4 days next week, and then two between Christmas and New Year that will be open. So we only got 6 days left
Wow.
in the year that that will be open for business there at Mel Exteriors. But as far as most of the contractors and our wholesale accounts that we're dealing with, I mean, most of them are seeing good stuff for this coming year. They're a lot of the roofing contractors that we're handling are they're booked well into spring and even early summer, a lot of
Okay.
them. So that's great news for us. So that helps us to kind of decide, hey, where do we want our inventories to be at, and all that. So because you never know, but we'll see what happens. I saw the Fed's going to be raising rates too here over 2022. So
Right.
some of that cheap money may be going away down the road for homeowners, but you never know.
Yeah. Yeah. So the supply chain, you guys have done a pretty good job battling through this last year or two of supply chain issues that we've all fought with. Um, how's that been really tough for you guys, or how's that gone?
Yeah, no, it's actually been really good. I mean, there's times where we've been short. We ran out of some coil, or screws were hard to get, maybe, or whatever it was. But one thing I always I think's been great. Carl's been awesome at this. He's got relationships throughout the industry. He knows a lot of different coil suppliers and different people, and we've kept those relationships open. Like we try to keep with certain companies and stuff because we do like their coil, but we've always kind of we like to work with as many people as we can too, because in these instances, some of these guys that we weren't buying all of our semi loads from, they in years past, but we bought maybe 10, 20 loads off of them in a year. They were still willing to give us some stuff when a lot of companies want it because you weren't,
Right.
you never bought from them, and you're
Right.
out there looking for coil or whatnot. And for the most part, we did a good job. We we try to keep a pretty big inventory. Buying truckloads of Flex Event from Marco or whatever it is. So
Yes.
so
Thank you very much. By the way, I can afford dinner
you're
tonight now.
welcome. Yeah, yeah. So, but so that stuff helps. If we keep truckloads of that stuff on hand, it helped in these instances where lead times are just crazy, crazy, crazy long.
Right.
So
Well, and I think what you guys did a great job, and the folks that did this, I think, came out better. Never was communication probably more important between supplier and customer than it's been in the last couple of years, and it probably taught us all about that. It was important from my end as a supplier to find out what are you guys doing. What are you
yeah,
forecasting? What are you seeing? And to keep you in the loop. Um, hey, we're getting in trouble on this product. You might want to get some product ordered because I don't know, we may not have it for months again. There's a lot of those communications that I think happened this past year or two that none of us had to do in the past because we just kept making stuff, right? You sold
right.
it, we made
Yep.
it. You sold it, we made it. It all of a sudden some of that just changed.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yeah, and it's really kind of unprecedented. I mean,
exactly.
I've been in it 20 years or so, since my early 20s, and I've never seen anything like this. And my dad's been in the construction industry for almost 50 years, and I talk to him almost at least once a week, if not more than that, and he's like, he's never seen stuff like that, and I'm sure you're the same way. These lead times and this stuff. So it's been, like I said, it's good to kind of just keep open communication, keep talking,
Yep.
and along with that is keep, for us, we just keep talking to our customers, like, hey, letting them know, hey, this is what we're hearing, this is where we're at. Price increases have been crazy. That's probably one of the worst parts of my job is having to, I have to handle all the price list and increase in pricing when we did it, and it was like on a monthly basis. It's like,
Right.
here we go. You got email and get all price lists out. But you know, what I learned through that is like just try to continue to communicate with guys, let people know what's going on. It's industry wide. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like Metal Exteriors is the only one dealing with it.
Right.
Everybody across the country has had to kind of figure it out, and hopefully it makes us all better as people and in the industry. We figure out maybe there's some flaws that we had industry wide, that we figure out through this, and yeah.
Yep, exactly. Well, great. Well, awesome. Well, Josh, you've been very kind with your time. How about any parting words before we get done? What's the words of wisdom by Josh Chamberlain?
What's the words of wisdom? Oh man, Randy, you put me on the spot.
So, I know, that's why I did that on purpose.
Yeah. So no, you know what? Like I mentioned a couple times, like I'm just love your neighbor, love people that love people that you may not feel like loving today. There's times in your life where you're gonna have to talk to people or deal with people that they may not be your best friend, you may not even care about them, but like, I mean, you can still love them and care for people. And I think God can change our hearts and about that. And I've learned that over the years. I mean, like there's just something to it when you care about somebody else. Especially if you can just show in some way, show them that it can kind of change people's heart. It can change your opinion of somebody. Right. And that's what we can do. So
yeah. Good words. Barry, thank you.
Yeah,
good
thanks,
stuff.
Barry.
I think he's talking about you because he wouldn't say nice. Barry and I go way back. He wouldn't say that about me, so it had to be you.
Okay.
Anyways,
all right,
Barry,
good.
Appreciate you, brother. So, well, Josh, thank you, my friend.
Yeah,
I appreciate it very much. Enjoyed it, and we'll see you in. You're going down to Nashville, right? To the show, at least.
I'm actually not sure if I'm going. I know Carl is, but I haven't got the for sure that I get to go or not. So
I'll talk to Carl for you.
Oh, okay, all right. That'd be nice. So, but
yeah.
I could use a few days away at the Gaylord. That's
there you go. There you go. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate you being on, my friend.
Thanks. Merry Christmas,
Josh,
to everybody.
Thank you. If you want to hang on just a minute, Wes going to pop you backstage, and we'll just chat for a quick second. If you got just a minute. Great. Thanks, Kirsten. Appreciate it. So there we are. Josh Chamberlain, sales manager, Metal Exteriors. Hopefully you got something out of that. Josh he's just got a great history in this business, and I thought brought some good stuff today. So as I mentioned, as we all know, we are 1 week from today from Christmas Eve. So here's what's going to happen with Building Wins Live. We are going to probably pop on quick the next 2 Fridays for a quick few words, and that's about it. I don't have any guests scheduled for the next 2 weeks because it is Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, but we'll be on with something. Don't worry. Wes and I will be on there with a couple things. And we're looking out to January 7th will be our next live show. We're going to have a really fun guest, and that's going to be fun because that will be our 1st year anniversary of Building Wins Live, and I'm excited about the guests we're going to have. We're not going to tell you who it is yet, but it's going to be good times, good fun. It's going to be very sales oriented, and you'll get a real kick out of this guy. So until then, you know what I'm going to say. Live what you do, love what you do, love it, own it, live it. Beautiful life. It's great. That's not what I usually say, but I'm just making stuff up here because I've had too much coffee. Anyway, listen, make today your best day ever. Right there. Look at that. Who said that? Brilliant. Make your best day ever until tomorrow. Today, your best day ever till tomorrow. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate you. And we'll see you a little bit in next week, but January 7th, put it down. It's going to be a fun anniversary show. Cheers, y'all.